March the 25th, 2024. Guys, you're looking at the current national weather map. This is at weather.gov, G-O-V. We've got tornado watches out in East Texas and throughout much of Louisiana. And all of this is going to be moving east, northeast, as it usually does this time of the year. You can see it here. This is in the yellow. The brown areas are usually high wind warnings, and that's what we're dealing with. You got red flag warnings here. You've got blizzard warnings through the central part of the nation, along with winter storm watches, winter storm warnings. Now, you guys up on the northeast, look at the Boston area, and here you've got a low-pressure system setting off in the Atlantic that looks like a hurricane, very close to shore, but it's stowing moisture up your way, and you've got a lot of watches and warnings and probably some heavy rain moving into that area and possibly some flood watches. But what I want you to do for everyone that's watching the video, again, go to weather.gov, click on your area, wherever you're at, and it's going to go in and give you local radar, local timing of events, local watches and warnings. Very wise thing to do. And the reason I'm going to do it here where we're at in central Mississippi is because we're about to get into this tornado zone. And we're also under high wind watches throughout the night and through into tomorrow, guys. So, again, you can see through East Texas, Louisiana, now getting into the very southern counties of Arkansas. This will be moving across the Mississippi River on us, guys, and we'll look at the timing of that. But just click here or whatever area in the nation that you're concerned about, whether it's for you or friends and family. But I'm just going to click here on the Jackson, Mississippi radar. What it's going to do is a couple of different things. And I've noticed each section of the country may have slightly different type of radar and different information. But here in our area, you can see we're surrounded by the slight risk. But in the orange, it's the enhanced risk of damaging winds this afternoon through tonight, guys. Damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour and tornadoes likely. A couple of strong tornadoes possible, hail to a quarter size. Now, slight risk down below Hattiesburg and over into Columbus and across northeast Mississippi is a slight risk. Still, though, damaging winds to 60 miles per hour, tornadoes and small hail possible. Now, look at the timing. It is currently 4:24 p.m. Central Time as I am recording this. So here in Louisiana, this section is going to be from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is the Mississippi River winding its way down into New Orleans. 7 p.m. tonight through midnight, guys. It's going to be getting all the way into Jackson and much of western Mississippi. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is going to be the roughest area from Jackson down towards the Hattiesburg area. Midnight to 4 a.m. from just above Hattiesburg down to the coast. So it's not moving that fast. A lot of rain could come down, and we are going to see some winds, possible tornadoes and hail. So it's time to start paying attention tonight, this afternoon. It already looks like it's going to rain here, and it's not that far from us, but it's been cloudy with just a little sunshine all day, light sprinkles here and there. Also in this section, you can see flash flood warnings. This is just west of Alexandria, Louisiana. You got severe thunderstorm warning west of Natchez, south of Monroe. Looks like it's going to be headed up towards the Vicksburg area before all of this is said and done. Also, again, you've got high surf warnings, coastal flood advisories, flood warnings, high surf warnings again, all along in this area. Offshore, you're talking about small craft advisories and gale warnings. There's a lot of wind activity going now. The polar vortex is dropping. You've got actually two right now. One, they're spinning in different directions, and the way they set down on the nation will depend on which way our upper level jet streams move. Now, this is coming out of the Jackson, Mississippi radar, which is right here. It's our capital city. Here's the Mississippi River. Here's Natchez. Here's Greenville up here. And, again, Louisiana, Arkansas to this. And you can see it's starting to cross into the delta of Mississippi now. And Arkansas, Louisiana, you're starting to get more and more storms building up. You can see this yellow box popping up right there. What you can do, guys, is click on pan right up here. Again, some are different across the nation. And hit this arrow, and we'll move left into Louisiana. And you can see you've got flash flood warnings here. This is between Alexandria and the Texas coast. Then moving up north of Alexandria, you've got this severe thunderstorm warning in the yellow box. That's what we're dealing with. You can move north, looking up into Arkansas. All of this is going to be moving. Here's Oxford, Mississippi, the home of the Ole Miss Rebels. Here's Tupelo, Winona, Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, you're going to miss this first batch. This is lighter, but we got high winds and we got temperature changes, so you got to be careful. Oxford, pay attention, because this is some of the strongest storms that have moved into North Mississippi so far today. If we move back over to the left, you can see Batesville, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Little Rock, and got Little Rock. You just went through what looks like a very good wind event plus some severe thunderstorms. You're going to get a break for a little bit, but Pine Bluff, you're right on the tail end of this. Batesville here, you're about to get just the northern section, but Jonesboro, Arkansas, this looks like it's going to be moving up into your direction there and south of it. It is now 4:29 p.m. These are live satellite images over the U.S., northern Mexico, and parts of southern Canada. This is what I was talking about for you guys in the northeast. Look at this rotation. What it's doing, it's not moving very fast. I've watched it since this morning, but it's throwing a tremendous amount of moisture up your way. Now, Boston, the rain has not quite got into your area, but it's just offshore. If you click on your radar and look in that area, you'll see it. But here's the storms that we're watching. The higher clouds, you can see them in this area and here. So the further north, it's going to be a different situation as far as tornadoes, but you've got blizzard warnings and winter storm warnings and advisories out. Now, if we look at the water level vapor in the atmosphere, guys, you can see the green areas. That's your taller storms here. That's where the trouble is. You can see it up north here, but look offshore. You've got the greatest concentrated area of moisture. This is mid-level atmosphere here in the northeast. Again, here's Nantucket. And if you check out your satellite images, you can see this is just creeping in because it's kind of got a northwest push to it. So further up the coast, up into Maine, you're going to be catching a lot of wind and a lot of moisture. This, again, it hasn't moved that much today. And what it's doing basically is a mechanism or the pump pumping warm water up from the southern Atlantic, or the mid-Atlantic, central Atlantic, and pulling it up into the northeast. I don't know if this is going to be an early indicator of what we're going to see with the weakening El Nino and more hurricanes in the Atlantic. We're just going to have to wait and see, but it's got the right rotation. We're still early into spring, but for the last few years we have had hurricane watches and warnings, and has seen them pop up in May. So we're a little over a month from that. But that's what we're dealing with tonight, guys. Again, look at the area. You can see where your blizzards are going to be. And when you got a blizzard like this, you're dealing with high winds. And these are not moving from west to east. They're moving from south to north. So that's why you're seeing a lot of moisture being picked up. Now, will that create lake effect snow? Go again back to weather.gov. Click on your area and get the timing, the details. It would take me all night to go through that, but you need to know how to do it anyway. Most of you do. You can watch your local weather and all, but I like to look at this type of imaging because, guys, it gives you an overall look, and sometimes when you get onto your local radars, not all of them are live radar like we saw in central Mississippi. I've seen some in different states that are just totally digital and really hard to deal with and not very accurate in some cases. Here again, you can see this moisture that's moving up into this area, and here's where your storms are. There's moisture moving in to the west coast, but guys, it is not as heavy as what we've been seeing in the last month or so. You're getting somewhat of a break. Now, let's look at AccuWeather for a moment, guys. The orange area is the moderate risk area. It's also showing where in Louisiana and moving up into Arkansas those tornado watches are. This is severe thunderstorms into Monday night. Hail, flooding, and tornadoes. Localized damaging wind gusts 55 to 65 miles per hour. AccuWeather local storm max 75 mile per hour winds. It says through the rest of the week, the main threat of severe weather will be confined to 2 areas into Monday night. The lines of thunderstorms will continue to march eastward across the lower Mississippi Valley and the Mississippi Delta region from southern Missouri, southwestern Kentucky to the upper Texas coast, as well as the Louisiana and Mississippi coast. The storms will tend to increase in intensity during the afternoon hours due to daytime heating. This may renew the risk of at least a few tornadoes and waterspouts to develop. Now let's move north. Again, for tonight, guys, this is the area that you saw the heavy green in the water vapor loop that was north of us. It says severe thunderstorms through Monday evening. Hail and isolated tornadoes. Localized damaging winds gusting 50 to 60 miles per hour. AccuWeather local storm max 70 mile per hour winds. It said further to the north, near the center of a massive storm system, another pocket of severe weather will likely be centered on portions of Iowa, northeastern Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, and northwestern Missouri. It may take until the end of the day before the thunderstorms in this northern patch are capable of producing all modes of severe weather, which also includes the potential for a few tornadoes. So, guys, you got to watch it there. Again, go click on this area. Again, Omaha, Des Moines, Kansas City. Click on these radars and look at your timing. It's important. Now, we're watching it, guys. You watch it. No excuse now not to be caught off guard, right? So anything you got in your yards with these high winds could blow into your house or your neighbor's house. Keep your pets protected. All of the above, guys. Again, we're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.